Okay. YouTube's going to pick the main pick. This is just quick. I'm waiting for FedEx. They're usually here by 11 a.m. It's 1 p.m. Meh. By the Goodwill. What was I going to say? I went through my jewelry box. No, I shouldn't do that because it is my jewelry. It's the stupid armoire that I tell you that I don't like. What would be awesome and what they should figure out a way to do. I wish I could show you, but I don't know how to turn the camera around and then turn it back. You know the armoires with the top and the lid comes up and there's a mirror and then there's like rings placed and then other stuff and then there's drawers. And then out there's doors where you open the necklaces, which I never use because you can't fit any substantial necklaces in there. But what would be nice is if that top thing with the mirror that closes, if it would just lift off. They just need to figure out a way. Velcro, I don't know. So you can lift it off. Because I wanted to go through my own jewelry and sort it. So I had to literally put my tub up to the thing and just... So that's why I don't like that. And that's what I was saying with that Rolly one. I'm not using it for my own... I don't even have that much personal jewelry that goes... also what I have is necklaces. Wet and Wild. Oh, she's a Wet and Wild. And I was kind of just... So I went to Goodwill and got one thing. I'm going to do a video, I think, of if the jewelry from FedEx comes today. Yeah, what's happening right there? Oh, poofy. Because... What was it, Camby? YouTube Studio? I'm trying to do it so that I can... When I upload a video, I can add tags. And I practiced last night, didn't work. I have YouTube Studio, but I am unable to add tags. And I'm unable to pick, what do you call this again? The thumbnail? For for what you see with this video. I'll show you what I did start to do. Hold on. Watch FedEx come. So basically I just put all my rings in here. Boop. I think that's pretty much all of them. Except for the two that I lost. One is my wedding ring. The other one's a 14 karat gold Messianic Knights Templar. And I'm not going to lie, I had a tiny, hope that I somehow, because that's where they would go. That's what would make the most sense. With one that's my ring, but both are gold rings and both have, combined value of $300 or $400. And, the stuff was just piled, all the bracelets and shit were piled on top of everything. And so that's part of the reason why I did that. Honestly, it was like, well, maybe. Because otherwise, those two rings are ghost. Oh, man, Gigi, why you gotta want to wake up? Why you wanna gotta? Don't sit there and cry for a minute. So the AC is on. It's 90 in November. Hello. This world has gone to shit. I mean, right? I'm starting to lose my mind. And did I just say I was at the thrift store and I saw my thrift friend Marcello and his brother. Frickin' frack those two. They're Italian. One's 6'5" and the other one's 5'7". It's just funny. Both nice guys. Anyways, they were Marcello's always more or less cranky. But a different kind. His brother was like, dude, I'm not doing well. You know what I mean? This whole thing is, it's grim. It's weird. Because when COVID started and once the thrift stores were just going to go down, it was weird, but a different kind of weird, oh, this is all new and weird. Then they opened back up, and I was like, okay, this is another kind of weird. But in the last month or so, it's been just dark, weird, and creepy. Do you guys feel it? Is it just me? I'm watching Niche Lady, and she just moving on like everything's open and cool, and just going as usual. Not so much here. She's not that far from me. She's in Vegas. She's in Vegas, baby. I mean Nevada. Is she in Vegas? I don't know. Maybe Vegas. So this is what I got at the thrift store, and there's so much tape residue goo, and it's not from Goodwill. They only had one tag on the bottom, and it came right off. And it's no big deal. And I bought it because I can't leave a weird thing behind. Something I've never seen before. Vintage. Anyways, I'll stop trying to rub the glue off. I already tried with alcohol for like 5 minutes. I think I have Gooby Gone, and I will go find it. Okay. What is happening? I've seen sort of things kind of ish like this, but not this. Okay, Chochi. It's not our time. I love this song. Listen. Anyways, it says in there, like, I'll tell you what it says. Please help yourself to anything. Nope. Please help yourself to anything you like. I feel more freedom in discriminate. Not indiscriminate. In, then discriminate. Yin Hao. Presented by LF. Young Dream. And then so many different markings. Soundy is on the bottom. Soundy is printed on there. And then Twinkle by who did I just say? LF. Elfe. Presented by Lady Matt. I mean, produced by Elfe. Presented by Lady Matt. And then these are just weird, plasticky. I thought Vietnamese, and my Marcello said he thought Chinese by the name. And he's probably right. This just reminds me of something I'd see in a Vietnamese nail salon for some reason. You know how they always have the Buddha stuff. The Buddha. Wadado. So it's just cool. It was $5.99 because it's now the $5.99 if you're lucky store. But I just kind of love it. And I'm not going to sell it. It's weird. Like you don't really... What are you going to put in there? I mean, you could put a little special ring and stuff, but not much. Right? Well, actually, that one's really deep. See, my finger's buried. Boop. Okay, I'll just keep showing you. I'll look it up for curiosity's sake. I don't know. I don't know if this is 1960s, 1980s, or somewhere in between. It's just a cool thing. And I just thought I'm going to go there and they're going to have something for me. Sometimes I have that feeling like, oh, I'm just going to pop in. And then sometimes I'm totally caught off unawares, like, oh, I'm going in, they're not going to have shit. But today I was like, they're going to have some little special thing for me. And that was it. Even though I don't need another thing and I don't have a place to put it. I'll show you what I'm doing with my earrings. I think I've already talked about it. Maybe showed you. And I don't have them all up there, but maybe I can just grab, no. Oh. Don't mind my big ass. And I'm dressed for the winter. If you see me in leggings, that means this bitch is dressed for the winter. That's winter for me. I never wear sleeves unless it's like a hoodie that I take on and off or a sweater. I never wear sleeves. And in the summer, of course, I don't wear leggings. So if I knew it was going to be 90 today, I would have had on a dress. A dress, that's all. With no underwear. There you go, Cammy. That's your private. Fans only? Just kidding. So this is what I've done. Now there's two of these. That was my original thought. Is to, But then I'm like, well, I love this guy. So then I thought, okay, I think this is that stupid, it's just a cheap necklace. I think this is one that doesn't stay shut. So I might have to try another one because this can't happen. It's very, well now it's, I don't. Well, now it's staying shut. Whatever. It's just hanging on my wall. This is just hanging on my wall, big and bold, to remind me that when I find the loan, like these pink pair, I just know I won't get enough money for them. And I think they're gorgeous, so I'm just going to keep them. And this, I've showed you this before. Absolutely love. It's 925. It says Mexico on the back. It's just every frickin' thing. God, I love this little guy. Anyways, they don't go together, but I'm going to compile them onto this because look at how many I could fit just to store them for now until I find other chains and homes for them. But for now, just as a reminder, when I get a solo dolo, coming soon to Netflix, Hillbilly Elegy. Yeah, I'll watch that. It's like it's not, whatever. You guys figure it out. You can't. Watch live, Niche Lady's taking your questions. She's has good. I like Niche Lady. She has good information. She's a no shit eBay seller. Okay, how long do I need to show you this? But so I think I have. Look at I have one way and one the other like this. Doesn't matter. I'm not wearing it. It's just a holder at this point. It's just a placeholder. But I think that's it. And I'm wearing one of my favorites. Betsy. Love this Betsy. So much. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? This little, is it a heart in there? No, they're just, yeah, they're little teeny tiny hearts. They float around in the little angel. I think this is circa 2010, if I had to guess. I love it. I love it a whole lot. Okay, I'll stop talking in that accent because it sounds so lame. It's such a lame. And Americans, any of them, try to do English accent. It's cringy, so I'll try not to do it. It's cringy, I tell you, cringy. But when you're doing like this, you don't know who this is. Who this? What nationality? You don't know, so you can't know. These are sterling. One might be vintage. Well, I mean, they're both vintage. One is really vintage. And maybe signed. I don't know anymore. I have a few of these. This is gold over silver. I love a tennis bracelet. Don't you? This is probably a 7.5, this one, because it wants to just kind of crawl off me. But it's just enough. Any bigger than 7.5 and I'm done. I think I'll be done here. This will be my experiment. Are these crooked? Because these are my new glasses that I can't actually see you guys. Can you see me? I'm trying to see, are they glary? They are. Look at the glare. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to talk about it. So over talking about it. So yeah. I'm glad I didn't go to that armoire and go, oh, maybe the rings are in here. The 2 gold rings I'm missing. I just went, oh my God, this thing is so piled with shit. I'm going to clean it out. And maybe I put the rings in there. So it was a good thing. I needed to do it. Needed to be done. Oh, this is my favorite J. Crew. I have, as some of you know, a lot of J. Crew necklaces. And I love them. And one of my very favorites, I rarely wear, and here's the thing. This one pops no matter what the F I am wearing. Okay, you could see it. You could see it before I even said, look at my J. Crew. I mean, even JT at the Goodwill, the greeter, said, oh, I like your necklace. But really, like the one I love, okay, I'm always there's always going to be black because that's my bra, my mastectomy bra. So that's always going to be a thing. So you would think, oh, maybe more poppy. No, not more poppy. Unless you're wearing just like a poppy gold or silver, like not mixed color thing. So this, I'll put on all my favorite other ones. I just said this is my favorite. This really is my favorite, and I ordered another one. Sorry, is that not good? That's a little more elaborate. I'm guessing that these pieces will be smaller because there's 5 or 6. There's 2 more, I think. Maybe it makes sense if there's 2 more. So let's say 5 of these. But they're a little more elaborate. They have like a thing up into here, rhinestone. And I love this chain. If you could even call it that. It's so thick and heavy. What was my point? I love it so much I ordered it in a little slightly different style, and I'm curious to see if these are smaller or the same size. I would love an Aurora Borealis, one of these. I've also seen it in the root beer. And that's it, clear root beer. I've never seen an AB. I'm not saying it's in AB. Maybe they did, and I want to have it. So, yeah, the ones I like, think are beautiful get just lost on me with my clothes because I'm either wearing black. Let me just show you this one. You know this one. This isn't anything new. But it's an example of one I absolutely worship. When I put it on today, and I was like, nah, you can't even see that. this booty. I've showed you a million times. Oh, Natalie. I mean, this is life. This gives me life, and it has the same type of chain as the one I'm wearing. Oh my God. Like, I will never sell this. You can bury me in this or cremate me. Your way, however you choose. I don't have a directive. But right? So anyways, yeah, I put this on. And if you squint, but you're not getting like this, it's like, oh, there's a necklace. It's not part of or anything else. And it just gets lost. And I know you guys, like, if you wore this on solid black, still get lost. What would it not get lost on? Somebody's going to tell me. Like and it's a color I probably don't wear. I think on red, but then it kind of wouldn't go. Like just solid red. Or it would have to be sort of a bright light color for this not to get lost. Either that or you cannot have tattoos and a lace thing with your top. It just needs to be a clean situation. Because, yeah, again, gives me life. I just stare at it on my wall. It's so Art Nouveau. And I love deco. This is deco. This is Art Nouveau. I like to say Nouveau. Nouveau. And I'm not sure. I think the bigger stones are all prong set. The only ones that are not prong set are these little suckers right here. And, you know, again, all jewelry is nicer. It's their higher end stuff when they've prong set it, not just glued it, or not glued it. Oh my God, I could just all day with this. Love it so much. But this is my go-to when I want to be like, here I come. And I don't love, this top is like doing weird now. Maybe because I'm fatter, or maybe because my foobs got bigger. I should get big foobs now that I'm fat. I need to get, because I used to have big boobs. These are like probably a C, B, tiny little things. And it didn't even be weird. It wasn't weird to go from a G or H or whatever. I had to go to Nordstrom. They had to like special order. Now I know it's a thing. You can get them. But 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it wasn't a thing. Couldn't walk into Nordstrom or anywhere else and buy, because I have a 32. Well, now I probably have like a 36. Tiny, tiny back with these Mondo ass knockers. Oh. So I think you could get like a 36, 38 big old cup. But again, tiny back. Had a tiny back. Now I bet I'm at least a 34, 36. Easy. So what was my point? Oh, so I had those all my life. So when they went away, it just so wasn't weird. Isn't that weird? It was never, I've never looked in the mirror and gone, oh my, like that would happen like in the early days, all right? Like, oh my God, where's my boobs or something? I don't know. I guess God bless me with not freaking out and having a husband that's like, get those boobs off your body if that's going to mean the cancer's going to go with them. And don't reconstruct. Don't need them. Mounds of flesh, mounds of fat, past childbearing age, all that. What was my point? Oh, that I should get bigger foobs. These are just little bean bags. They're meant for, for your bra. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get some big old knock. No, because then people think I had a boob job. And people didn't, well, never mind. There was a shift in where I lived and whatever, from boob girl to mastectomy girl. So nobody saw the big, and then now they're small. Nobody saw this. And what I mean by nobody is like the people, Vons and everything. I've been living here for like 12, 13 years. The same place. Well, we lived in an apartment right up there for 10 years. We've lived here about 4 years. 3, 4, one of the two. We literally moved a mile and a half. So I still go to the same bank, the same Vons, the same Walgreens, the same Goodwill, all that. Because we're just right here still. Which, for a person that doesn't like change, it was real nice to just not have to change any of that. I mean, you get to move into a house instead of an apartment in a quiet, safe neighborhood for the elderly, like myself. But you don't have to change any. You don't have to go like, oh God, now I'm going to Ralph's or Albert, whatever. CVS. I get to do all the same shit. Okay, I'm going to go. And I'm going to think that maybe FedEx isn't coming. Because they were supposed to bring me 2 separate lots. One was like 6 to 8 pounds from one seller. And then I think like another 2 lots, 5 to 8 pounds between both the lots. Because they were just cheap, like $8 lots. And they were both respectively supposed to be here today, and I've gotten no updates other than saying that they were going to be here today. This little guy, he's not very comfortable, but look at him. How can you not just not take, how can you take him off and just put him away? He don't want to gotta be put away. He's a cute boy with the little footies, and I finally figured out because these feet are a little smaller. So first I was like, well, do the small feet go first? Yeah, people, I'm that dumb. And then I thought, well, no, right? These would be the arms, and then these would be the legs. So the legs are going to be bigger. But here's how I had. I never showed you. I told you, but I didn't show you. That's how I had it when I showed my sister. For reals. I didn't know. I said, wasn't that cute? Yep. And she said, I think maybe you want to put the legs down on the bottom. But then I also thought he was a baby seal. Okay, why am I still going on? Because I've lost my mind in this Covey row situation. I swear, I think I'm going to just start being a weirder than normal person up in here. Okay, I'm going to go. Because I'm going to upload this. And I'm going to do the whole, let me try to do the thing and the blah, blah, blah. Kimmy, you've been so helpful. I didn't mean to say it like that. Like, man, it's your fault. You got me to the place, and I was able to add tags onto something. We'll talk later. Kimmy makes beautiful furniture. Well, she doesn't make it from hand, but she recreates it. She showed me pictures, and she's SoCal Vintage. I almost said SoCal Vintage Discoveries. It's only funny probably for me and Kimberly. I don't know. Anyway, SoCal Vintage. She up in there. But she doesn't have her furniture on there. I think she has it on her Insta. Because she does Insta. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. That's cool ass shit. Like repurposing. And painting. But not just like slathering on paint. Like restoring. Not the right word. None of those are right. Repurposing. Upcycling. But very cool. And thank you for sharing that with me, Kimmy. Shit. My eBay is Mypinkbag. Can't link it. I can write it, but I won't remember to write it in the description. I promise you. When I get off of here, and I check an email or something before I upload this, I'm going to just upload. I'll barely remember to put a description, not a description, but a tag on the whatever, a title. Mypinkbag. I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it. I only have a phone, so I can't copy and paste a link. Okay. For reals, I'm going to go. It's not acidic, it's just burps. I'm drinking water. Okay. Okay.